So didn't miss much while you were away, but we did have Jacobmeister coming around the final corner, and he lost it on the exit, and he's hit the wall and lost a large chunk of his wing. So he'll have to pit this lap. The stream's still not live for me.
30-second delay. Thanks for the follow, Brazuda. Alright guys, let me know if that's a little bit better. Just drop the bit rate, so hopefully that sorted things out. Potsy there. Pretty close to the back of Seb now, just a couple of tenths in it. Matsoid picking up our first penalty of the day, 3-second penalty for exceeding track limits. Potsy having a bit of wobble there. Run into the back straight, thanks to the follow, Freaky F1. As Jacob Meister does come into the pits to get his wing repaired. As Jacob Meister picks up a penalty, unfortunately, even after that wing's replaced. Issue. Good for the back, Matteo Dabri getting passed by Sid. Chicane there. Oh, it's a Red Bull of Sid. Goes up onto the grass. Only a big incident there, but you see Fibra and Mikau have pulled the trigger, so they've come into the pits on lap 7, so a little bit earlier than I would have thought.
Both going onto the medium tyre.
Geordie also picking up a penalty, so we'll start to see now a few of the drivers exceeding track limits too much. Fibra and Mikau coming out immediately behind traffic, so I just wonder if they might not have been the best idea to see the McLaren go for a big dive on the Ferrari into the hairpin. That's Apollo Pepsi there, trying to get past Matteo Dabri. The traffic they've got, I wonder if Big Al can go a little bit longer to get the clean air. It's just Matteo Dabri there going very defensive against the McLaren. He's going to get a better run. He's going to try and go into the chicane. Yes, he takes a very late move. He has to take a lot of curve, but Ferrari stays on top, but the McLaren's got a much better exit. And he's taken the position. Matteo Dabri not getting any DRS at all. Has to slip in behind.
Interesting, the Ferrari not getting DRS there. He definitely was within the 1 second range.
I think it's because the detection point is before the hairpin. There's no other detection point on the third DRS straight. They only have the, as I said, the Williams. They have Geordie going down the inside of Matteo Dabri. Oh, and there's they both nearly spun, but I think when they collided with each other, it just righted them. But yeah, so there's only the speed trap at the end of the back straight. There's no DRS detection point before the final chicane.
I thought the Ferrari had DRS down the main straight, or the long back straight, but maybe I was mistaken.
He's got a decent run on Matteo Dabri. It's moved done well before the braking zone. And they're both coming to the pits, so that was a bit risky by Pacey. Oh, there's damage to... the Ferrari's hit the back of the AlphaTauri and broken its front wing. Luckily it's getting replaced now, but I'm sure that'll be looked at by the stewards afterwards. They were told that if they were coming into the pits, they must stay left. And Pacey took his chance by... getting the overtake done beforehand, and it looks like he's caught Matteo Dabri out there.
So Apollo Pepsi now leading this race.
And Mikau now in the back of Pondon, moving into the hairpin. And he gets it done pretty comfortably. So Fever and Mikau up to P5 and P6. Getting quite early. So Combined coming to the pits as well to get rid of those soft tyres.
Yeah, we're getting a move on Pondon. So I think Seb's going to be lining up Pondon now, trying to stick with the guys in front that have already pitted. Into the hairpin, goes down the inside, job done. And he has the DRS as well.
Yeah, Pondon there, already on the medium tyres from the start of the race. He's just going backwards a little bit now. Look at the battle further back. Atana's Sid and Flyboy going minus stern now into the final chicane. As Flyboy picks up a 3-second penalty for exceeding track limits. Change of position there between Matsford and Wahid going to the final chicane. Managed to get it done cleanly. Tay, they're all just track extensions, so exceeding track limits and just picking up multiple warnings, so nothing major.
The rules are set to strict, and around here they are very, very strict. Which is good, which is how it should be. FIA, take note.
So you see all over the back of Artanis coming out of the hairpin. On a good run now onto the back straight. Should make it pretty easy. Artanis does move to cover the inside. So you pick up a penalty as well.
Mikau also stealing the fastest lap from Fever there. Fever coming up to the back of T-Mac now. Only 3 more cars in front of this effective lead pack that are yet to stop. You can see T-Mac trying to break the toe. I don't think it's going to do much good. There's just too much performance difference between these two tyres at the moment. Potsy also getting past Pondon, who is yet to stop.
And Sid getting past Pondon on the pit straight as well. Moves up into P9, and I'm sure Pondon will be letting Artanis through. He's on the fresher medium, so to be holding up his teammate.
Fever going for the move on T-Mac. Late dive down the inside. They're side by side. They had a little bit of contact. Whoa, T-Mac really struggling to keep control of that Mercedes. That allowed Mikau to get through as well.
Yeah,
T-Mac has to. Yeah, he had to cut that one.
So I'm not sure if he's picked up.
Interesting. No instant penalty for that. How?
I think he lifted off and he went through the bollard. I think if you don't go through the bollard, then you get the penalty for that. But yeah, he did the right thing. So Mika now closing in on Fever. He's been able to stick with him in DRS range. So you see T-Mac comes into the pits, so he's decided he's had enough on those mediums.
Geordie into the pits. T-Mac's still out.
Oh, yep. My mistake.
I'm not sure if this bet for the hard tyres for Flyboy is really paying off at the moment.
Yeah, he's down there in 14th. You see Geordie as well has come out onto the track on fresh hards as well. So, yeah, it's an interesting one. He might be hoping to do a run at the end on mediums or softs. Yeah, it's not showing much pace at all. We've got Big Al there closing in on T-Mac as well. So we've got a yellow flag. We've got a McLaren around Apollo Pepsi. He's lost a bit of front wing. It looks like he's had a bit of a spin there coming out of the hairpin.
Oh no.
As Big Al's made his move on T-Mac.
He'll be coming into the pits this lap. He is. Now is he going to speed? No, he's not. Well, it's always especially extra hard when you've got a damaged front wing because the car just doesn't really want to stop.
Yeah, and it is a particularly difficult pit entrance here. Coming off an incredibly fast straight. You want to carry as much speed into the lane as possible, but when you're braking wrong, you cop yourself a hefty penalty.
Soft tyres going on for Apollo Pepsi.
It's interesting. 20 laps is probably a bit ambitious to stretch those, so you might be planning to stop again.
Well, if you can get 10 laps out of them, you can do another set of softs, if so, medium, soft.
Hopefully they're fresh, but I think he probably used most of them in qualifying. As we see, Mattia Dabra getting past Flyboy, under the bridge. Jump up to Sid, who's all over the back of Potsy here on the back straight. Thinks about going into the chicane, but decides to wait. Get a second bite of DRS here on the pit straight. Romero positions himself in the middle of the track and squeezes him as well to block on the inside. Very aggressive defensive move there by Potsy, but holds position, no contact. Sid trying to stay close, just a couple of tenths in it. It's on about the same age tyres, but he just seems to have so much more pace as a Red Bull driver.
Apollo Pepsi making short work of Pondon there. Down the back straight, both on relatively fresh, soft tyres.
Always see it as a massive moment on the exit of the hairpin. And he's dropped back a couple of tenths now, so I think he was pretty close to passing Potsy there, but that mistake has cost him another lap, sitting behind the Alfa Romeo.
T-Mac now coming into the pits.
Yeah, Tay, I can't really do anything about it at the moment. I'm going to restart my PC between Tier 1 and Tier 2. As you see, Sid's finally making a move on Potsy into turn 1. A little bit of contact, but yeah, can't really do much there. Sid's just got way too much speed at the moment. Combined right up close to the back of Geordie there. He's actually doing not too badly there. He's got those hard tyres on at the moment. Pepsi sets the fastest off of the race there with those fresh softs. Geordie there, P10 on the hard tyres. Most of those in front of him will probably be pitting again for either another set of mediums or softs at the end. Seb got a run on Big Al into turn 1. He's forced onto the grass though. He tries around the outside at turn 1 of the Red Bull and gets the move done just about. He has to give a bit of space to the Red Bull there on the outside, but ends up on top. Jumping a little bit further back. Sid and Potsy still going at it. There's a bit of contact there at turn 2. The Red Bull sweeps around the outside of turn 3 and holds position. Potsy with another good run. Middle sector, not quite close enough to make a move into the chicane, but he's just a couple of tenths behind. I'm sure he'll make another go on the back straight. Pits. See that gap between Fever and Mikau sitting around about half a second. Looks like Mikau managing his tyres and his ERS. Managed to jump up. He's so much closer this time around, just a couple of tenths coming into the final chicane. As Big Al picks up a penalty there. He's right on the back of Seb though. So he makes a move to the inside of turn 1. And not quite close enough to get it done. Jumping a little bit further back. Potsy trying the same thing. And again, can't quite get up alongside the Red Bull to get the move done. Have to wait another lap.
We've also got Combined trying to get past Geordie, who's on the hard tyre at the moment.
Those Flyboys coming to the pits finally to get rid of those hard tyres. He's coming out on the medium tyre. Just sitting pretty behind Fever. Quite happy to just let him do his thing. And Potsy and Sid going at it again into turn 1. Looks like Sid's starting to hold Potsy up a bit. I wonder if Sid's burnt up a little bit of his tyres trying to get past Potsy and doesn't have much life left in them to defend.
Yeah, quite possible.
Big Al.
A little bit of a train starting to form now behind Geordie, with Matt Dabry starting to make a move on Combined, as well as T-Mac starting to catch his pack, as well as Apollo Pepsi.
Yeah, Geordie looks pretty slippery on the straights, but definitely those hard tyres don't have the performance in the corners to match the pace of the guys behind. But yeah, with that straight line speed he's got, he just can't quite get past him.
It's like the Williams of old.
As I see Big Al finally make a move on Seb into the final corner. Gets done pretty comfortably there. So after a few laps of trying, he's managed to get it done. As we see Mikau pull the trigger, he's the first one to come in for the second stop. Fever's staying out though, so we'll keep an eye on that to see if he can get an undercut. He was about half a second behind the McLaren.
Sid as well coming into the pits.
So Mikau coming back out onto the track in P8.
Crucially just ahead of this little Geordie train.
Yeah, he's got a little bit of traffic ahead of him, but yeah, definitely not being held up as much as the others are. Jacob Meister and Flyboy battling on the run into turn 3. Jacob hanging around the outside, but gets squeezed out by Flyboy. Held his line and was able to get the job done. Jumping back up with pace. He's about to get overtaken by Mikau on the back straight out of the hairpin. I think Dabry's about to get past Combined. So Combined just not getting the traction he needs out of the slow corners to get past Geordie, and that's left him susceptible of the cars behind. And we see Trin coming to the pits and everyone else coming into the pits. And Mikau, is he in the lead over Fever? He is. He's got the undercut, and that's a healthy undercut as well. Look at that. He's got about nearly a second, so he's gained over a second from that undercut. So great work from him. Nice little battle happening here in the midfield. Pink 5, or 4 down basically now. Geordie's still out there. I suspect he's going to the end on those hard tyres as well. And I mean, if it works out, everyone behind him still has to pit. And he's currently in P4, so he's doing very well. But Steer, he doesn't have the pace to keep him behind at the end when they come back at him. And we've got T-Mac going down the inside of Matsia Dabry there. And Big Al as well on these fresh mediums, having a good look as well. T-Mac going to be very... Oh no, he does have DRS. He's just close enough to combine that he's picked it up, but he's got both the Ferrari and the Red Bull in his toe. We've got the Red Bull on the inside. Oh, the Ferrari goes to the pits. Jumping down to the Red Bull now. And yeah, Big Al goes past T-Mac, and Sid as well is going to try and follow his teammate through into turn 1. Doesn't quite have enough there. We've got Seb as well on the racing point, trying to get up on the inside. The Red Bull's there having to take to the dirty stuff. T-Mac on the inside, but they should both get through without too much drama. And then Seb slits in behind. And he's trying to go around the outside of the Mercedes there as well. And he gets it done. Yeah, T-Mac's tyres just not switched on for some reason.
Well, they are 6 laps older. And also, once you get pushed off the ideal line and there's so many cars and you can't get back on it, you're just on the back foot the whole time.
Yeah, absolutely. And now T-Mac down to P9. And about half a second off the train here for P4. Fever pretty close to the back of Mikau at the front, but not quite close enough to make a move on the pit straight. Yeah, this train for P4 is getting longer and longer. Almost got it all the way down to P10 with Potsy just 1.5 seconds behind the train. So you see Big Out all over the back of Combined. Combined really struggling on those tyres. The Red Bull goes around the outside of turn 6.
Seb's there to make a move as well.
Both Red Bulls looking like they're able to get through there. They've got the racing point of Seb still trying to go through the middle, and he does get it done. He's got a yellow flag at the Renault of Jacob Meister at turn 2. Just had a bit of an off. And now T-Mac and Potsy all over the back of Combined as well. Those 14-lap-old mediums are really, really dying now. He's going to have to come into the pits very shortly, but I think he's trying to get to the point where he can get softs to the end of the race.
Combined. Yeah, he's pitting. As well as Pacey. And I think, yeah, soft tyres going on for Pacey and Combined.
Geordie getting passed by Big Al there, and Sid right on his tail as well. There's some word from Panda. They barely touched on that back straight, and describes it as the split-second F1 2020 turned into Mario Kart, and his car snapped right and then back left, so must have hit a banana peel there on the back straight. Unfortunately for both of them, that's their race is pretty much ruined.
So FIBA's still sticking with Macau. That gap staying around the half a second mark.
Yeah, FIBA will be managing his tyres and ERS for the next few laps. Saving everything, getting ready for a final push towards the end. So we've got a little bit of a battle there between Ponton and Matsio Dabry. Ponton getting through the Ferrari at the final chicane. And a little bit of drama around Potsy and Geordie. Potsy getting past, so the Williams going backwards now. And his hards are suboptimal at the moment. Down in 14th, we've got Wahid defending from Flyboy, just a couple of tenths behind. Flyboy getting a pretty decent exit in the DRS as well. He should be able to make a move going into the final chicane. So you see T-Mac's pit off those mediums, so he's going softs to the end now in P11, so let's see if he can make much ground now. P12. And 13, so it's a little bit tricky now for him to get back into the top 10. Flyboy has not quite managed to get past Wahid yet. He's still half a second behind. Doesn't quite have the straight line speed to get it done. Trin now defending from Artanas.
So Macau is currently sitting on 2 warnings. Meanwhile, FIBA is only on the 1 warning. So 1 more warning for Macau, and that'll be a 3-second time penalty.
And FIBA might know this as well if his teammate has been helping out with checking the warning. So Zartanis picks up a 3-second penalty. So FIBA may just be trying to put as much pressure on Macau as possible here, trying to force him into making a mistake. Still 7 laps to go. Plenty of time for Eagle drivers to pick up a penalty. Just a little bit further back though, Sid all over the back of his teammate and Seb as well. So Big Al feeling the pressure. Oh, is that Sid? Looked like he nearly hit the wall there. And Seb's got a pretty decent exit, but not quite able to get the run he needed to get past him into the chicane, but still very, very close. Geordie's picked up a 3-second penalty there. He goes backwards through the field. He's still at P7. Apparently FIBA has got his second warning as well, so he's been pushing pretty hard to keep with Macau. A bit further back, we've got Artanis has got through Trin and Pacey now all over the back of the Ferrari. Very, very tight through the fields as Wahid and Flyboy go side by side through the final chicane. Flyboy having to take a lot of curb. And he's still in front though as they're coming to turn 1. And Flyboy has got the position. And now that's our Dabry as well, wanting in on the action. And he goes around the outside, which becomes the inside, and he's got the move done quite comfortably. And Pacey as well has gone very deep at the hairpin, trying to get past Trin. And he's should actually have a pretty decent run on the straight now. Both cars having DRS off the husks of Artanis. Pacey just getting in front before the braking zone. And he squeezes the Ferrari out.
Lap 30 of 35.
That's it. Abri and Flyboy still exchange positions. Abri back in front. Flyboy's tyres starting to fade a little bit, I think. He's picked up a few penalties, struggling with the grip, or lack thereof. And it looks like Fever using his overtake button there. Mikau having to defend to the inside, but Fever has taken the lead of the race. But a switchback from Mikau. And is he going to be able to get the run through to turn 1? He does. He doesn't have DRS, but he's using his overtake to stay in front. They're side by side going through turn 1. Oh, Mikau giving him very little room, but just enough as Fever still on the inside there. Side by side as Mikau takes the lead again. Oh, no, Clash on the inside of this contact and he spun, and McLaren goes around. But he's got enough of a gap that he won't drop down any further. We'll just have a quick look at that again. It was great wheel-to-wheel driving, but yeah, just this last little corner. It looked like a bit of a lag box from our perspective here in the TV cam. Like Mikau had given him a car's width on the inside. It's just Fever didn't quite take the curb like the normal racing line dictates. So yeah, I'm sure that one will be analysed. And now he's fallen back into the Red Bulls. They're only a couple of tenths behind him now. So Mikau with an 8-second lead. And look at that, we got the Potsy as well as trying to get past Seb. He's come up from the mid-pack to get onto the lead group. It's become a battle for P2 from 2nd down to 6th. A little bit further up, Big Al making a move on Fever, not quite quick enough. I don't think the McLaren picked up any damage from that move from Mikau, but definitely his tyres are going to be a little bit overheated. He's got 3 laps to defend. Big Al and Sid, of course, do have penalties, but Seb, sitting in P5, he'll be on the podium if he is able to keep it clean to the end. Spotsy in 6th, he also has penalties.
Yeah, Seb looking in a good position at the moment. So yeah, if he can stay with this group, he will be P3.
Pacey now making a run on Artanis into the final chicane. Haas having to use up all his ERS to try and defend, but the AlphaTauri breezes past. And Trent as well. I think getting past the Haas, he touches the grass on the outside. He has to run a little bit deep into turn 1, and he's dropped off a little bit too much. Can't get past either. Fever looks like he's regained his composure a little bit. That gap extended out a little bit more. Now sitting around at half a second. He's still within DRS range of the cars behind, but also doing very well under the pressure. Sid picking up another penalty, so I expect his finishing position is going to be quite a bit further down the order than where he is at the moment. I'm expecting Pacey as well to jump up a few positions with where he's sitting, P8 now, with no penalties at all.
Yeah. So yeah, Big Al on 3, Sid on 6, Potsy on 6, Geordie on 6, Artanis on 3, Trin 3, T-Max 6, Apollo Pepsi 9, Combined 3, Matsia 3, Pondon 5, Matsoid 12, Flyboy 6 and Jacob 15 seconds of penalties. That's a lot of pens.
It is definitely one of the more challenging tracks in the calendar. We've got a yellow flag in sector 2 and Big Al all over the back of the McLaren of Fever. The gap's down to less than 2/10. But Sid also had a better run out of the hairpin than his teammate did. See a move between the two Red Bull drivers. No. Sliding to single file through turn 1. Further down the order we have Trin getting past Artanis of P9.
Well, we all know that down at Red Bull, the number 2 car is not allowed to overtake. So, you know.
There's a little bit of drama there between Mattia Dabry and Ponton. I think Mattia Dabry just got a penalty for leaving the track and gaining 1 place. So, I'm not sure if you can check in race director what exactly the penalty was for, but it looked like both of them might have had something happen at turn 1. Fever now has very little ERS left. He's having to defend very early on the inside as a Red Bull of Big Al is able to get the move done. And Sid as well is on the... Oh yeah, we got 3 wide on the pit straight, and Fever, I think, hit the wall. Fever's hit the wall. I think he's got wing damage. They were 3 wide on the pit straight, and it looked like... Oh, as we've got some lag, is that right? I don't know what happened there. Fever's left the session. Oh, I've got checkered flags for everyone and a lap early.
Yeah, me
That a lap early for you? I thought we were on 34 of 35, not 35 of 35. That was odd.
Yeah, I really don't know what just happened.
Because, yeah, the checkered flags didn't come up until they were around, like, turn 3.
And, yeah, they're all driving slow.
Okay, that was very odd. We might have to have a look at that after the race. But, yeah, it looked like Mikau won the race. Seb getting P2. And I think Fever was either 3rd or 4th. Yeah.
Trust a McLaren to crash on the main straight at Canada.
But Fever did finish on the podium. But yeah, Seb, a massive winner there without the penalties. Able to jump both the Red Bull drivers who obviously fell down the field. Alright, so Mikau wins the race for Racing Point, and Seb P2 for Racing Points as well. We've got Fever in P3 for McLaren, and then we've got Big Al and Sid, followed by Potsy Pacey, Artanis, Geordie, and Trin. And then combined Team Mac, Apollo Pepsi, Matsia Dabry, Pondon, Matsoid, Wahid, Flyboy, Jacob Meister, and Panda, the only DNF. Okay, an interesting race. And Apollo Pepsi picks up the fastest lap of the race, but outside the top 10, so will not get the bonus point for that. Alright, well, thanks everyone for tuning in for Tier 1 race. I'm just going to take a reboot just to make sure that there's no residual issues with my stream. So we'll be back in about 15 minutes for the Tier 2 race. Thank you very much, Bandcamp, for joining me in the commentary box this evening. And we'll be back for Tier 1 in about 15 minutes.
No worries, thank you.